national poll, over 70% of the people in the United States of America think we ought to pass this bill. This is a bill and a support level across this nation that transcends party lines. Both Democrats and Republicans support it. Transcends age, seniors and youthful people support this. Transcends location in America. All four corners of the United States of America support this proposal. Even the state of Montana, a state far more conservative in nature than the state of Illinois, allows for the use of marijuana for medical purposes. And so the question becomes, what kind of state do we want to be? Do we want to be a state that relies on politics to decide for us on a daily basis what's in the best interest of the people that live here? Or do we want to make a decision that public policy, good public policy, what's good and right for the people of the state of Illinois, will make our decisions for us? In many ways, on issues like taxes and budgeting, we know that politics gets in the way. And we know that there's a huge controversy in our state, for instance, about whether we ought to raise income taxes to help fund our budget. But there is no controversy regarding this bill. Many members I've talked to have come up with all sorts of clever and rationalized excuses for being opposed to this legislation. They'll tell you that law enforcement opposes it. But please remember that law enforcement opposes changes in any criminal laws. Anytime we're looking to take a law that criminalizes something today and turn it into something that's not criminalized tomorrow, sends law enforcement into a crazed state because their daily lives depend on tracing down criminals. They don't want us to do this for no good reason other than they're in law enforcement. You've got others, certain legislators, who have said to me that somebody 20 years ago in the Bush administration decided that this is bad for Americans, and so it must still be bad for Americans. This is backward and Neanderthal thinking. In fact, as I've indicated already, 40 or so members of the House have told me to my face we ought to pass this bill and are unwilling to vote for it. What does that tell you? It tells you that we're on the right track. It tells you that this is clearly the right thing to do. And it tells you that if we work a little harder, which all of us standing here intend to do, we will pass this bill this session. It is my goal to do that. I will work night and day, as I have, to make this the law of the state of Illinois. The President of the United States and the United States Attorney General have announced that they will not enforce medical marijuana laws in the United States of America. They will not enforce the current federal prohibition against the use of this product. This is a product that helps people. This is a product that people need, and I'm going to do everything I can do to pass this piece of legislation. There are many people up here that wish to speak, and they all have important comments to make, and the first person I would like to introduce is Julie Falco, a multiple sclerosis patient who has been working very hard on a long and consistent basis to try to pass this piece of legislation, and she's been very helpful in this regard. Julie?
Hello, my name is Julie Falco, and cannabinoids saved my life. Cannabinoids are anti-inflammatory. Cannabinoids protect nerves, and cannabinoids relieve spasticity. These things are really important to me, to my health, while I've been living with multiple sclerosis for over 20 years. in 2006 by eating cannabinoids every day, 3 times a day. I was released from debilitating depression and chronic pharmaceutical side effects that almost led me to take my own life. And then, since then, eating these cannabinoids, since then I found out that cannabinoids turn off breast cancer cells. Now let me say that again real slow. Cannabinoids turn off breast cancer cells. Cannabinoids control seizures. Cannabinoids reduce nausea and vomiting and effectively alleviates pain. Okay, wow, that's a lot of stuff. And so my story is certainly important one. But everyone's story is important. Everyone that is dealing with illnesses and conditions, I'm here for all those people today that have no pharmaceuticals that have helped them in their conditions. But rather by this life-giving plant, they have found relief. Disease is blue and red. Everyone is either living with some illness or knows somebody with a difficult condition that deserves the compassion and respect to really provide every option available to bring back their wellness, bring back their well-being. And until we start asking bigger questions, oh gosh, like what are cannabinoids? Okay. Why do we have an endocannabinoid system that helps modulate and regulate all other systems in the body? Wow, why have I been thriving on just cannabinoid medicine, feeling better than ever for 6 years since eating these cannabinoids? Well, let's ask those questions. And until we start examining those kind of questions, we will not be able to move into an exciting future of cannabinoid medicine because we're still talking about the demonization of marijuana in olden times. Okay, so when we have these newer discussions, then the future is going to start coming to us, to all patients, to everybody living with something. And in 1978, the Illinois House of Representatives were so forward-thinking that they passed a Cannabis Control Act by 141 to 16. Wow. Man, so forward-thinking, and they all voted for it, too. Man, and it's hard to believe, which, of course, was supposed to be, it was never implemented by the Department of Health and Human Services, so that's why we're here today. But, I mean, geez, the forward-thinking back then, it's hard to believe it's been 30 years. 30 years later, and we are scraping to get 60 votes to show people we care for our fellow human beings. I mean, again, okay, disease and wellness is blue and red. I'm fortunate to be here. I'm blessed to be here and standing. Though my heart is heavy because of the countless others that have lost their lives while waiting for the passage of this bill. You know, as Jamie Oliver now is doing a food revolution, wow, I wish for a cannabis revolution to do the same thing, to save lives. And I urge you to open your hearts and save a life today. Thank you.